Hey everyone, it is midday, almost 12 o'clock noon here, which is an unusual time for me to do a quick video, but I'm just kind of on a break time, and you know how it is when things suddenly hit you. By the way, I'm on Kingdom Creators, not my personal page, Michael Danforth. Of course, I know that guy. So if you haven't moved over to Kingdom Creators, that's why you're not able to watch this live, but you're probably doing something more important like making a living. Anyhow, I just wanted to share a few things with you, and I'll post this to my personal page. But again, I'm kind of just taking a little personal break here. Got these things roaming around. You know how it is when you wake up, you kind of wake up into certain revelations. Might be revelations of your business or whatever's going on. To me, it's just revelation of kingdom stuff, in other areas. So I have to say it or speak about it while it's on my mind, or it kind of goes, hey, Steve, Christy, great to see you guys. Just stopping in at an unusual time. I know you guys some of you are like 3 hours ahead our time. So anyhow, yes. So I had a few things I just wanted to share real quick. I'm just doing some handy stuff around the house, and which, by the way, I kind of like to do. It kind of lets me think about other things. So I have some insight about redefining. I've been speaking on this for a while about redefining spiritual warfare. As you know, it's a tradition of the church to constantly be in warfare. And believe it or not, I just feel like that we bought into some things that are not very good, very tiresome, and just seem to be repetitive over and over. And you ever wonder why some of that stuff just isn't working the way that you thought it would, or should, or whatever the case is? And so, I've been kind of dealing with some of that publicly. And so our gathering at this Sunday, we actually were going to be doing this 2 weeks in a row. Last week we had a gathering, had a powerful time. If you haven't seen it yet, you need to check out Supernatural Eclipse. And anyhow, I think you'll be blessed by that, get some insight of some things that are going on. And then we're going to do a back-to-back this Sunday at the Holiday Inn as well. Everything that we're doing is live. Eventually, we're going into a school time. So some of this stuff, if you're going to watch it, you're going to have to sign up for a school, so forth and so on. And we've been leaning that way for a while, but just been busy doing other things, so we're trying to fine-tune it. Anyhow, I know I'm talking really fast, but again, I'm kind of on a little break here, so I don't lose track of what I need to get done today. But this is important. So, we're going to be doing that thing. So, there's some secrets that I want to share with you. I know sometimes people do that to kind of hype you up, but this is a real deal. Some mysteries the Lord's been showing me about warfare. And but there's a key word, and I'm going to be speaking more about that this weekend. It's called resistance. And there is some revelation in that I don't know. I just think that we've either just overlooked it or went past it or didn't think that it was, significant or whatever, but it is actually very huge. And so I'm going to be getting into that and into the power of resistance, what that's all about, just on a warfare level. So, so it's going to be some good stuff. I think I did a definition. I don't know if I did a definition. I thought I did. I probably didn't transfer it over. Anyhow, it doesn't matter. I didn't want to share too much because then you would know. And I want you to watch our upcoming meeting this weekend. So we're going to redefine spiritual warfare. Oh, the other thing we're going to do is everybody has their area, they lean into, for a number of years I've been speaking about the future, and you have some areas that you favor. So, I used to give a lot of personal words of knowledge, and I'm actually moving back into that more, being encouraged just because of certain people and and just things going on to where that seems to go at another level, and it's like, yeah, I need to revisit that, or I need to practice that more. And so my cup of tea has always been just speaking prophetically about the future events, so forth. And I've been intrigued by that. I've just been drawn to that. So I'm a firm believer that whatever you give your attention to the most, in that sense, whatever that gift is, then that's what you'll favor, and that's what you will operate at a higher level. So, and as I've always said, I believe anybody can see into the future. I believe anybody can give words of knowledge. Again, it's just whatever you set your heart toward. You pursue righteousness, desire spiritual gifts, and you can, whatever you spend your time on, that's what you can develop in a very powerful way. So again, I've just been leaning more on things in the future, speaking about those events and so forth. So this weekend as well, we're going to get into some nuts and bolts on how you can do that and operate in that, and just some very basic things, but yet I believe powerful things that open up your eyes, some things that, why a lot of times people can't do that because of focus, perspective, all of these different things. So we're just going to kind of cover a gamut of stuff that's going on. And again, while we might have things that we do that are similar with one another in area of gifting, we all have our unique expression that God has given to us. And you just got to learn what that is and release what it is that God's given to you on that level. So there's a lot of things going on. I might add this too. I was, speaking to you a few weeks ago about obstructions and how these, the obstructions were going to be removed, and how even with this government, all of this, like an obstructive movement that's been going on, just not necessarily bringing a solution, but just trying to obstruct progress. And I know you've experienced that at different levels in your life. Obviously, in this nation, this government has been experiencing it. And the prophetic word is that all of these obstructions are going to be removed. And there's some people think, no, they're just going to keep coming and we're not going to be able to get around it. Well, no, I'm not seeing that. They're actually going to be removed. And I thought the highlight of one of the things that we saw was when the Supreme Court showed some favor toward the current regime right now, in this case President Trump, and removed that obstruction concerning borders and so forth. And I know some people look at it as a temporary thing, but it's actually a permanent thing. But my point is, all of that is in motion. So we're prophetically speaking into that. Even as you prophetically speak concerning the intent of God, the desire of God for future things, you release the breath of God, the Spirit of God, and it actually removes obstruction from your life. So if you feel like anything is standing in your way, holding you back, a lot of times it's just a matter of your perspective of what you're moving into, and that in itself will bring down an invisible wall, a wall that seems like immovable. And so this is a time where your mountains are coming down, whatever you thought they were and perceive them to be. And oftentimes it is our perception, our wrong perception, that gives them strength. So you're going to see things tumble, just really fall suddenly, just right before your eyes. Because it's like I just saw on my way over here, like these walls, they build out blocks or so forth, where if you were to remove a few of those blocks, all of a sudden the integrity of that thing gets very weak and it can just tumble down. Well, that's what's going on. There are a few key things that are being removed out of the way, and it's all governmentally related. And when those few key things are moved out of the way, it's like a massive wall. As soon as you remove those few things, all of a sudden the entire wall comes down. So there's a huge walls that have been built up over a number of years, and now those walls are getting ready to come down. So that's based on, that concerns government in this nation, maybe in your nation, wherever you're at. That concerns government in your life, maybe your health, your finances, relationships, things that you're moving into. There's just a few things that are being moved out of this wall that seems bigger than life, and it's just going to crumble right before your eyes. So as we enter into these next few months, we're going to see more of what that looks like. Anyhow, I'm trying to get out of the vagueness of things. You can prophesy types and shadows of, or you can get more in detail. And if you noticed even different words of knowledge that's out there on personal life, it's more detailed. And so that's part of the flow. That's what's going on. People, they just want the details, and it's just, part of what's going on. So anyhow, it's great stuff. But let me just remind you, if you're on my personal page, Michael Danforth, it seems like I can go on that page and everybody comes in. The Kingdom Creators is still a little bit slow catching on, but you need to sign up for Kingdom Creators. In fact, we have a new website that's coming out that's reaching out to the New Age movement. And so I have a lot of different things. My brother has put together this new website called Kingdom Creators, and there's just some crazy things I'm going to be speaking about concerning all that, because we're tapping in to this huge kingdom thing that's going on in the world, and just believing that there are a lot of orphans out there that are looking for a father. And so that's all about ready to shift and change in a powerful way. Anyhow, I just love you guys. Thank you so much for stepping in. Looking forward to seeing you in the near future. And that's about it. But the key word is resistance. It'll change your life. Listen, I guarantee you, the thing that I'm going to share with you this weekend, this coming Sunday, I'm not sure what the day that is. I think it's in July. It will alter your perspective about warfare, and in a very good way. And it might be something that you're familiar with, but again, I try to lean into that pathway that God is specifically speaking to me about. And there might be similar things out there that people are saying, but I'm trying to walk in my groove. So get the groove, get your groove, get in track or in time or in alignment with what God has for you in your life, and watch things excel in a very profound way. So in the meantime, know you are absolutely amazing, and I just appreciate all of your input and everything else that goes with it. Blessings. Talk to you soon.